Hi all. So today we wanted to talk to you something about what people consider when they are evaluating softwares to buy. I'm talking typically for the SMB section, and there are a couple of pointers and factors which come into play. There are a couple of points which needs to be factored while evaluating what sort of software should you be buying for your corporate needs. In fact, to put things in perspective, about 7% of the overall budget of an SMB goes into software selection, into software procurement. So this becomes an important question. There are various parameters that you should be looking at while deciding which software should you be buying, which all services should you be provisioning, leveraging those softwares. Pointers which should be kept in mind while deciding which software to buy. First and foremost, one should understand its business needs. And when it comes to understanding business needs, there are a couple of things which should be done. Identifying the stakeholders. When we say that we have to decide on the key decision makers, there is a reason we need to make a list for that. We have to write it down on a piece of paper. And then we need to have a very clear segregation of what is the need and what is the wish or want. There are a number of things which you may want as a feature or functionality, but of course we should categorically write out the needs. There's a bit of a catch at times here, because there are implicit needs and then there are explicit needs. So identifying the right stakeholders becomes extremely important. Getting all the relevant points in writing from them becomes extremely important, and then evaluation of those points to identify not just features but understated needs become extremely important. Essentially, it is the business outcome which should be catered. So this steps becomes the most critical step, identifying the needs and writing them down, and a bit of a segregation wherever possible between needs and want. Once this is done, almost half the job is already done. Now let us come to the various nitty-gritties where we can refine the process. One of them is, what is the price of the software versus what should be the value of the software? Now this becomes an essential question, and again this is an exercise which should be done on a piece of paper, on an email, on a whiteboard or a blackboard, because price of a software vis-a-vis when you write the value of the software, this is where the segregation happens. Which type of software should you be buying at which price range? For example, if we talk of something like an HRMS, like an ERP, if we talk about the options available, there are more than 10,000 ERPs available on a comparison platform like TechJockey. Now, should you be going at the top end or should you be going at the bottom rung will decide on your specific requirement, because everything comes at a price. So while deciding the price of the software, when you do this, you come across questions like, is this something which company can afford? The question which should be asked is, will it take your business to a different place or not? Will it provide a different value or not? Can it generate a value in terms of either direct money or indirect satisfaction index, which could be internal employee index or it could be customer index? So can it drive better value instead of simply how can I recover, what would be my point of ROI? Similarly, another very critical step the point which should come into play is doing the demonstration. You should do a bit of a demo with respect to your requirement. This is a general practice which most of the people do when they evaluate software. But the most effective way of doing this is, in fact, there are certain numbers around it also. 82% of the customer go on to some online review platform and do review, because this is where you can cut most of the marketing noise to figure out whether a software performs everything that has been promised. Something like an over-promised and under-delivered scenario should not be there. Whether a software UI and UX may look very clean, but how is the support once you start using it? How is its integration? And with integration comes my another extremely important point, that if you already have a setup, and you want to buy a software into your already existing corporate IT services to deliver a certain service, you need to also ensure of the integration. I'll give you some of an example. We have an HRMS, and tomorrow I go and decide to buy an access management software so that I can get my employees' attendance. At day one, I should be able to figure out whether I need to integrate both of them. If yes, then are they doable? Because this is something which should be evaluated during the POC or the demo, which is where you should buy software from some platform where, one, at the first hand you should be able to do a review. Second, you should be able to arrange demonstration. Besides this, there are a number of, again, when it comes to testing, make sure that you do the testing of whatever you want to buy across a wide range of audience within your organization. Arrange for a formal survey, collate the survey, and then see the reviews. When it comes to the first question that we decided, segregating the ask and the want, because all the features will come at a price. Make sure that whichever decision you arrive at, it is in sync with the ask, and while defining the ask, the implicit and explicit, both asks are catered, because essentially it is not a feature that you're buying, it is the business need that you want to satisfy. So it should be evaluated in a manner. Adding on to my previous point where I wanted to iterate the importance of doing a demonstration, evaluating between the features of ask and want, one thing which becomes extremely important and critical, because once you buy a software, you need to roll that out as a service to your respective consumers. That could be internal or external. You need to roll out certain services basis on those on that particular software, which is where it becomes extremely important. And typically for the organizations where the IT team itself or the support team for that particular organization is small, that what is the kind of support that you get for software, because this becomes extremely important in a manner. In case your own person is not able to do the troubleshoot, make amendments, change the feature, updates, then you need to have a reliable support from the respective OEM. And this is where the cost of solution also starts differ dramatically, because whenever you buy a software, you need to ensure that it's from a reliable OEM, number one. Number two, as soon as there are updates and patches released for the platform on which you are hosting the software, as soon as there are updates and patches which are released for the platform where you are integrating your software, your OEM or the software vendor should also be releasing them in the same sync. Which brings me to our next very important point, security. We all understand, we all have been using Microsoft since donkey years now, and we realize that Microsoft releases this patch every month. But very recently we've seen there was a fluke, there was a vulnerability which got exposed, and Microsoft released more than 10 patches within a span of 10 days. So this is where the security becomes extremely important. Right from support to security, please make sure that you invest enough time in understanding how much of an effort does your respective vendor puts in the development. Today there is a software, there are certain features which work seamlessly, you've seen the demonstration, but you also need to keep in mind that if you're going to use that software for another couple of years, 3 years, 5 years, then you at least buy it from such an OEM where there is a bit of a track record. Make sure you leverage online reviews, make sure you consult with relevant domain experts, so that you have a bit of a forecast with respect to the life cycle that shall be there for that particular software. The market presence also makes considerable difference to this, that the OEM vendor will keep on supporting and doing R&D on this particular platform that you're buying. Platforms like TechJockey are extremely useful, because they provide us a readily available platter where we can search, where we can compare different offerings, and most of all the search becomes easy because the categorization is very methodical. It is according to line of businesses. If somebody wants to look at a gym management software, now if you Google this, you'll not be able to find enough comparisons, but if you reach out to a platform like TechJockey, you will have all the listings available for gym management software. Similarly for ERP, right from the endpoint security solutions to something like a petrol pump management solution. So these platforms can be leveraged not just to compare reviews, not just to compare the features of the software themselves, but also to buy. you can do a direct purchase from those platforms. So please make sure that whenever you have one such needs, you go and review the platform, leverage the platform to optimal your buying requirements. So if this was helpful, then please subscribe to Tech Jockey for more such videos.